stretch endlessly beneath a sky brushed with soft orange light. The savannah wakes, not with noise, but with a breath, a stirring, a rhythm as ancient as time itself. In the heart of Africa, where time flows like dust across the plains, a silent war unfolds beneath the golden sun. This is a kingdom carved not by stone or sword, but by claw and roar. A land where the lion is both king and challenger, ruler and rival. Here, the savannah is a living battlefield, not of chaos, but of nature's design, precise, poetic, and brutal. Grasses sway like whispers across the land, and every shadow holds a secret. Every track tells a tale. And at the center of it all, pride. Lion prides, those royal families of the wild, are not static empires. They rise, they fall, they fracture, they conquer. Their story is not one of harmony, but of dominance, of kingdoms at war. The camera sweeps across a vast sea of grass. Wildebeest herds move like dark rivers. Giraffes drift through the trees. A distant roar breaks the silence, echoing across the horizon. Each pride claims a territory, a patch of earth and grass, water and shade, that it will defend with tooth and claw. These territories are inherited, stolen, expanded, or lost. The lion's realm is not gifted, it is earned in blood. A lioness standing on a termite mound, scanning the horizon. The wind brushes her mane. Her eyes are sharp, calculating, protective. The females are the heartbeat of a pride. Sisters, mothers, daughters, bound by blood and loyalty. They hunt together, they raise cubs together, their bond is deep, unyielding. But even they know that their stability lies in the mane of the males who rule. The males, the coalitions, are the warriors, the sentinels, the usurpers. Rarely alone, they come in pairs, trios, sometimes 4 or more. Brothers born of the same mother who grew up fighting side by side, learning the law of dominance. They do not inherit power. They seize it. A coalition of 3 males, walking side by side, their bodies lean with muscle, their manes dark and thick. They move, with a purpose only warriors know. They challenge reigning kings, storming into foreign lands like ghosts of fate. Their mission is clear. Dethrone the current rulers, kill their cubs, and claim the pride females. It is not cruelty. It is strategy. Evolution's harsh decree. The new must erase the old to thrive. But these battles, they are not clean. They are brutal, prolonged, and echo across generations. Cut to a scarred male lion resting under the shade, his mane grizzled with age. His eyes carry the weight of battles lost and won. This old king has seen seasons of peace and war. He once roared over the valley unchallenged. Now he listens for footsteps, for growls in the wind, for the coming of new kings. The savannah holds no throne for long. For every king there are challengers. For every pride there are rivals. Cut to cub lions playing under the watchful eyes of lionesses. One tries to climb a tree stump, falls, gets up again. The cubs, the future of the pride, are always at risk. Born into a world of sunlight and silence, their innocence is brief. If a takeover comes before they're old enough to fight, they will not survive. A new coalition will not allow them to live. They are reminders of another lion's reign. They must vanish. And so, their mothers hide them. Move them from one den to another, shelter them behind rocks, trees, and thickets, and pray that the winds of change do not come too soon. A lioness carrying her cub by the scruff, eyes darting, ears twitching. This land may appear calm, peaceful, But beneath every blade of grass lies tension. The balance is never secure. The war is never far. From the highlands of the Serengeti to the riverbanks of the Okavango, lion prides draw invisible lines through the land. Territories are not marked by fences, but by scent, by roars, by presence, and those who trespass do so with risk. Two lion prides on opposite ridgelines. They do not charge. Not yet. But their postures speak, tails twitch, eyes narrow, a storm brews between them. These rivalries can last for years, skirmishes probing, a test of will, of strength, of desperation. Sometimes it's not just about land or lionesses. Sometimes it's personal. A vendetta, born of lost kin, fallen, brothers, stolen cubs. Cut to a male lion limping through the bush, one eye swollen shut. He is alone now, his coalition defeated, his pride taken. This is the cost of ambition, the price of rule. The fallen kings do not disappear into silence. They roam bitter and broken, hoping for a second chance, or simply survival. Some become nomads, wandering from border to border, feeding on scraps, hiding from younger lions stronger than them. Others regroup, plot, and return. But rarely does a dethroned king ever rise again. A thunderstorm rolling in over the savannah, rain falls in sheets. A pride huddles beneath trees, eyes wide, alert. The elements join the war. Drought weakens the strong. Floods scatter the safe. Starvation turns patience into panic. Even hyenas grow bolder when the land suffers. And when the pride is tested, by nature or rival, it must decide, flee or fight, stay or fall. This is not the story of one pride but many, not of one battle but of dozens. It is a chronicle of shifting kingdoms, of roaring dynasties, of love, loss, blood, and birth. It is a story often hidden in the grasses, whispers in the wind, but here it will be told. This is Lion Kingdoms at War. Fade to black. Dawn unfolds across the plains. Mist clings to the earth like a memory. Birds rise in flocks as light pierces the shadows. A lion's roar rolls across the valley, deep, haunting, unanswered. Before a lion becomes a king, he is a son, a cub, a shadow behind his mother's leg. In the beginning there is warmth, milk, play, laughter in growls. The pride surrounds him like a fortress, sisters and aunts, cousins and kin, but the safety of the nursery is fleeting. For male lions, childhood is a countdown. Cut to two cubs tumbling through dry grass. Their roars are high-pitched, their claws sheathed, but their movements mirror war. Already the dance of dominance has begun. They wrestle not just for fun, but for rank, for instinct. These games are training grounds. Here, they learn pain. They learn how to pin and bite, how to submit, and how not to. For lion brothers, their bond is born in the dust and the heat, under the gaze of lionesses who know too well what lies ahead. Cut to a lioness licking the wound of a cub. Her eyes are tired but gentle. She knows that soon she will not be able to protect them. By the age of 2, the future becomes clear. Young males, no longer welcome within the pride, are cast out, not by cruelty, but by nature's design. Pride must avoid inbreeding, and so mothers turn cold, sisters ignore them. The message is ancient, encoded in every generation. Leave. Visual. A trio of adolescent males walking away from their birthplace. Their manes are just beginning to grow. They do not look back. Exile begins. The nomadic years. Years of wandering, of hunger, of learning what it means to be hunted. These young males are not yet strong enough to challenge others, but too large to be ignored. They move through the cracks between kingdoms, invisible and unwanted. They eat what they can, hide when they must. But in this exile, something deeper is forged. Brotherhood. A coalition of 3 young males huddled together at night. The cold is sharp. Their bellies are hollow, but they are together. They are not simply siblings now. They are soldiers in the making, partners in power. No lion rules alone. Even the fiercest king is stronger with a brother beside him. Coalitions are the lion's greatest weapon, a bond of blood and purpose. In 2 there is strength, in 3 or more there is dominance. The same coalition months later, stronger, more muscular, their steps more confident. One male leads. The others follow close behind. They are ready. They begin to test the edges of other lions' domains. Scent marking, roaring, pushing. They observe the reigning males, their age, their weakness, their reach. And when the moment is right, they strike. A scene of chaos. Dust explodes, roars clash like thunder. 2 coalitions collide, one older, one rising. The battles are violent, not always fatal, but always costly. Teeth slash, claws rake, tails lash in fury. These fights are not theatrical. They are brutal, silent, but for the roar and the breath. The victors roar not just in triumph, but in warning. The old kings flee, if they are lucky. If not, they die beneath the fury of younger, hungrier lions. A young coalition standing at the center of their conquered pride. The lionesses watch cautious, still grieving the loss of cubs. The males' manes are wet with blood and sweat, and then comes the purge. The new rulers do what all new rulers must. They seek out the cubs and end them. It is horrific yet essential. Only by eliminating the previous lineage can their own bloodline take root. The lionesses resist sometimes, but they cannot fight alone. And soon, driven by hormonal shifts, they enter estrus, and the cycle begins again. A lioness mating with one of the new males. The sky behind them burns red with sunset, a symbol of death and rebirth. This is the cruel beauty of lion society, the raw logic of survival. The strength of brotherhood is rewarded, with territory, with mates, with the right to rule. But unity must be maintained. Even in coalitions, jealousy stirs. Dominance shifts. The leading male mates first. He eats first. He patrols the borders, most often. But if he falters, and even for a moment, and his own brothers may turn against him. Early morning. The golden grass glistens with dew. A lioness moves through the brush. Her shoulders low, her steps silent. The camera follows her path. Fluid, elegant, deadly. While coalitions roar and kingdoms clash, the heart of the pride lies elsewhere, quiet, steady, enduring. The lioness is not merely a mother nor simply a hunter. She is the anchor of the pride, the keeper of bloodlines, the queen in the shadow of the throne. Unlike the males, lionesses do not wander. They are born into the land they will protect all their lives. A matriarchy of sisters and cousins bound by ancestry, shaped by resilience. Their unity is a thread that weaves generations. And their strength, though rarely sung, is the true engine of the pride's survival. A group of lionesses resting beneath an acacia tree. Their eyes are half closed, but their ears are always alert. Cubs roll in the dust beside them. Hunting is their responsibility. Food does not fall from trees. It is chased, stalked, cornered, and taken through sweat and strategy. They are not reckless killers. They are artists of the chase. Each hunt is a ballet. Each step, a calculation. Each decision, a measure of cost versus gain. A lioness crouched low in tall grass, eyes locked on a herd of zebra. The camera captures the tension in her body. Muscles coiled, breath shallow. She waits. A signal. The flick of a tail. She moves. The ambush is swift but not always successful. Prey is faster than it looks. The risk is real. Failure means hunger. Injury can mean death. Still, the lionesses hunt again and again, because the pride must eat. Lionesses surrounding a wildebeest, bringing it down together in a flurry of movement and dust. It is brutal, but swift. Their breaths heave in the aftermath, but the spoils of the kill do not belong solely to them. The males arrive, called by instinct, by scent, by sound. They eat first, always, and the lionesses wait. A male lion tearing into the carcass as the lionesses stand back watching. Their cubs whimper with hunger. Still, they do not challenge him. This is the cost of protection. The males defend the pride, from rival coalitions, from hyenas, from nomads. In return, they claim the lion's share. The lionesses understand this balance. They do not like it, but they respect it. What they do not accept is threat to their young. A lioness snarling, standing over her cub as a strange male approaches. Her body is a wall, her roar, a storm. When new males take over, the pride is torn. The lionesses mourn the cubs they lose. Some resist, even fight, but most do not win. Those who do survive the purge must make peace. Because survival is not an act of glory, it is an act of adaptation. A lioness gently licking her new cubs fathered by the new males. Life continues, even in the shadow of loss. These queens do not rule by dominance. They rule by endurance. They know when to yield, when to hide, when to protect. They raise their cubs with tenderness and prepare them for a world with little of it. A lioness teaching her cubs to stalk, gently nudging them into position. Their movements are clumsy, but she is patient. Her cubs are her legacy, her blood, her reason. She will starve before letting them go hungry. She will fight hyenas twice her size. She will carry them day and night from one den to the next to avoid detection. And if the cubs are lost, to rivals, to drought, to disease, she will grieve, quietly, fiercely, and then she will start again. A lioness staring into the distance as rain begins to fall. Her belly is swollen with new life. She is alone now, having left the pride to give birth. Birth is a solitary act. She finds a hidden place in a thicket, a cave, a hollow. There she brings her cubs into the world one by one. They are blind, helpless, no larger than house cats. But they are her hope. For weeks, she stays away from the pride, nursing them in silence, licking them clean, listening to every sound beyond the den walls. When she returns, and if she returns, and she introduces them to the pride, and the cycle begins again. The pride gathered at dusk, cubs playing under the watch of half a dozen lionesses. One looks up at the camera. Her eyes are deep, wise, unforgiving. She has lived through war, seen kings come and go, watched sisters fall, cubs die, rivers dry, and still she stands, The lioness is the soul of the pride, the memory of battles lost, the pulse of future generations, the silent ruler of a kingdom always on the edge of change. In a world where power roars loud and fierce, she is the whisper that lasts, a lonely plain under a pale sky. The wind dances through empty grasslands. In the distance, a solitary figure moves, not with pride, but with purpose. A lion alone. Narrator. Not all lions wear crowns. Not every roar is heard by a kingdom. Some lions walk the edge of empires, neither rulers nor welcome. They are the crownless kings, nomads, rogues, exiles. Cut to two young male lions walking side by side, ribs visible beneath skin, manes scruffy, not yet full. Their eyes scan the horizon, searching, not for glory, but for opportunity. They were born like any other, to a pride beneath the gaze of mothers who loved them. But time is a river that pulls all young males away. Once cast out, they become shadows. With no land to defend, no cubs to protect, and no lionesses to comfort them, these nomads are left only with each other, and the hunger that gnaws beneath every breath. Visual. A lone lion drinking from a muddy waterhole. A jackal watches from a distance. The lion's reflection is broken by the ripples, as if even the water does not recognize him. Life as a nomad is a crucible. It does not nurture, it forges. For years, these lions drift, not aimlessly, but carefully. They study. They listen. They learn the borders of kingdoms and the cracks between them. They avoid the powerful until they are powerful. Cut to a nomad chased away by a dominant male. Dust rises as the younger lion flees, not out of cowardice but out of calculation. He will return, because every king grows old. Every coalition loses grip, and the nomads wait, like storms beyond the mountains. Visual. The bones of an old lion picked clean by scavengers. Time is the one enemy that never fails. But not all crownless kings are young. Some are kings no longer. Males who once ruled, once roared, once fathered the cubs now playing under a stranger's gaze. Cut to an aging male resting beneath a dead tree. His mane is faded, his eyes distant. He flinches at the sound of younger roars in the distance. Remembers the hunts he led, the lionesses who once leaned into his mane, the scent of his cubs. Now his kingdom is memory, and memory does not feed. Old kings become ghosts, drifting between territories, too slow to fight, too proud to beg. Some die quickly, others vanish into the wild, never seen again. But a few refuse to fade. Visual. An older lion stalking in the dusk, following the trail of an injured buffalo. He is alone, but his eyes burn with the fire of survival. Even without territory, a lion remains a lion. And among the nomads, legends are born. Of brothers who challenged kingdoms, of outcasts who turned tides, of rogues who roared so loud the night itself listened. Cut to two nomads attacking a pride's border, their timing perfect, their strike swift. The resident males retreat, not dead, but dethroned. When nomads rise, they do so with fury. They take what they were once denied. Not by inheritance, but by force. They rewrite the laws of lineage with tooth and claw. Visual. A former nomad now standing tall amidst his new pride. The lionesses watch him, uncertain. The cubs are gone. The past erased. A new chapter begins. But the nomadic spirit never truly fades. Even crowned, some lions remain restless. Their scars are too deep. Their habits too wild. They patrol more than needed. They fight more than required. Their roars carry a rawness, a reminder that they were once nothing. Cut to a lion standing on a rocky hill at night, mane whipping in the wind. His breath is heavy. His eyes are wild. He was a ghost. Now he is a king. But not all nomads find redemption. For every pride seized, 10 are lost. For every king crowned, dozens die in silence. And yet they keep walking, because the soul of a lion is not built for surrender. Visual. A pair of young nomads moving through the rain. Lightning flashes behind them. They walk with heads low but steps steady. The storm is around them, and within them. In every exile, there is a fire. In every wanderer, a war waiting to begin. The world sees them as lost, but the wild knows better. They are not lost. They are coming. The wind shifts across the open plains. Grasses bow in silence. Shadows stretch toward distant ridges. This is the edge of empire. A lone male walks along the tree line. His body is built for war, his mane thick with dust. He marks a tree with his face, scratches the bark with sharp claws. This is his warning. He is not alone. The scent of rivals rides the air. Their presence is near but hidden. Their intentions are quiet but bold. A coalition waits in the tall grass. Eyes fixed, bodies still, breath low. They have crossed into another king's realm. Borders in the wild are not drawn by lines. They are carved by scent, by voice, by blood. Every bush, every trail, every tree carries memory. The land remembers who walks where. A roar breaks the stillness. Deep, commanding. The patrolling male claims his throne again. His voice rolls over the plain like thunder over dry earth. Minutes pass. Then comes the answer. Distant. Defiant. The challengers roar in reply. This is not mere noise. This is conversation, declaration, negotiation, challenge. The two forces have not yet met, but already the battle has begun. The lionesses of the pride stir. They lift their heads from rest. Their ears turn toward the sound. They do not panic, but they do not relax. Cubs shift beside them, eyes wide. The mothers nudge them closer. Their instinct whispers of danger yet unseen. The old male returns to the pride. His steps are steady. His mane moves with the wind. He greets the lionesses with a rub. His presence calms, but tension remains. He sniffs the air. He knows what is coming. The scent is too fresh, too strong. The border is being tested. That night, the coalition moves. 3 males, young, unscarred. Their paws press silently into the dirt. Their eyes scan the dark. They do not roar. They do not charge. They investigate. Every mark, every drop, every sound. They move through the grass with purpose. They pause at scat. They lick the breeze. They map the strength of the rival king. Suddenly, a twig snaps. A chase erupts. Shadows collide in a storm of growls and dust. The defending male roars as he lunges. One challenger meets him, then another. The third circles from behind. They clash in bursts. Claws rake through mane. Teeth snap inches from flesh. Roars shake the nearby thicket. The defending male lands a blow. A challenger stumbles. Blood marks his muzzle. But the coalition regroups quickly. They fight with youth, with coordination, with unity. He fights with experience, with territory, with pride. Minutes pass, then hours. The invaders pull back, they vanish into darkness. For now, the old male breathes heavy. His flank heaves, his ear is torn, but he stands. The pride watches from the trees. The lionesses have not intervened, but they have observed every move. When he returns, they surround him. They lick his wounds. They lie beside him. But their eyes remain on the horizon. They know what he knows. The threat has not passed. It has only paused. At dawn, the lionesses move. They lift their cubs gently, one by one. They lead them into thicker brush. They travel silently, purposefully, from one den to another. The future must be hidden. Where the land narrows near the riverbank, they rest. The cubs sleep, but the mothers remain alert. The defending male patrols again. His wounds sting, but his resolve hardens. He scents every path. He refreshes every mark. He roars again, 3 times, each louder than the last. No answer comes. The plains remain quiet. The silence feels thin. Days pass. The coalition does not return, but their scent lingers. They are close. They watch from high ground, measuring, waiting. Their patience is not weakness. It is strategy. The lionesses begin to shift behavior. They separate slightly. Some linger near the edge of the pride's territory. Others keep the cubs hidden. They know the males are circling. Testing. The old male eats less, patrols longer, sleeps less. His muscles remain strong, but his movements grow slow. At night he roars. Fewer replies come. The land listens, but the challengers do not speak. They plan to take, not by fight, but by fatigue. The lionesses know the pattern. They have seen it before. A rein slipping slowly. One lioness begins to show interest. She walks the edge of the range. Her tail sways low. She scents the air carefully. She is not disloyal. She is preparing. By the 7th day, the defending male confronts the coalition again, not by chance and by choice. This time he waits at the heart of his land. He stands in the open. He calls them out. They answer. The 3 approach. Not fast, not slow, measured. They circle him. He spins, roaring. Then they strike. Dust rises. Teeth flash. Mane tears. One falls, another leaps. Blood coats the grass. It is brutal. No spectators. Only combat. The old male stumbles. His leg gives. A blow lands on his spine. He crashes to the earth. Still, he tries to rise. A challenger roars in his face. He stays down. The coalition steps back. The throne is theirs now, but there is no crown, no feast, just the silence of conquest. The lionesses return slowly. One walks close to the new males. She rubs against them. Not in welcome, in survival. The cubs are still hidden, but the pride has shifted. The edge has moved. The empire has changed. The invaders are now rulers. The king is now a ghost. The grass whispers the names of those who ruled. The trees hold their scent. The wind remembers their roar. This is the edge of empire, where no rule is eternal, where power is always borrowed, and where the next challenger already watches from the tall grass. The new rulers survey their conquered land. They move with confidence but not carelessness. Every tree is sniffed, every bush examined, every echo interpreted. They are young, but they are not foolish. Victory is just the beginning. The lionesses observe from a distance. Their eyes follow every movement. Their bodies remain still. For them, the future hangs in silence. The cubs remain hidden, buried in shadows, tucked between roots and stone. A mother returns briefly to nurse, then disappears again. No trace left behind. The new males call into the wind. Their roars thunder through the valley. It is not just for dominance, it is a search, a signal to the land we are here. Come forward. Days pass. The lionesses slowly respond. One joins the new rulers during a hunt. She keeps her distance, but she follows. Another approaches during rest. She lies close but does not touch. It is a language of transition. The pride is not yet whole. It is in limbo. Between rulers. Between trust. Between fear and acceptance. One night, a male finds a cub's scent. He freezes. His nostrils flare. His ears twitch. He does not pursue. Not yet. In the brush nearby, a lioness watches. Her eyes lock onto him. Her body is poised to defend, but she waits. He turns away. The cubs are safe for now. The days grow hotter. The rains have not yet come. The rivers shrink. Prey animals move. Further afield. The pride must follow. The lionesses lead the way. The new males trail close behind. They are not yet trusted, but they are tolerated. A wildebeest herd crosses a dry plain. The lionesses crouch. They fan out, moving like shadows. The males stay back, watching, learning. When the charge comes, it is swift. Dust rises, hooves pound. A young wildebeest stumbles. In an instant, teeth sink. The kill is clean. The males approach after the lionesses begin feeding. They roar low, asserting place. The lionesses move aside, slowly, unwillingly. This is the new order. As they feed, blood stains their chins. The cubs are still in hiding. The males do not ask. The lionesses do not offer. At twilight, vultures gather in the distance. The pride lies in the grass, bellies full. One male rolls onto his side, sighs deeply. The sky turns amber. Then a sound cuts through the quiet. Not a roar, a low growl. From the west. The males lift their heads, their ears tilt. They rise slowly, eyes fixed on the horizon. Another coalition has entered the fringes. They are not as large, not as young, but they are bold. The land is never quiet for long. The lionesses do not react outwardly, but they feel the tremor of uncertainty. It begins again. The new rulers patrol more aggressively. They mark every turn, every rock. They roar into the valleys, daring a reply. None comes. Yet tracks are found near the old river path. A broken twig. A scat pile not their own. The watchers are close. At the far edge of the territory, a lone lioness lingers. She is in heat. She does not call out, but her scent drifts in the breeze. The new males reach her first. They circle her. She snarls. She submits. The bond is beginning. In the brush, unseen eyes witness everything. The rivals wait. They learn. The lioness returns. To the core pride, her scent tells the story. The males rub against her. She is now part of their future. The nights grow warmer. The moon glows full over cracked earth. The lions lie together now. Mane against flank. The pride is forming, but the threat remains. One dawn, the rivals roar, loud, clear, close. It is not a whisper. It is a challenge. The young kings rise. They answer with fury. The land trembles with overlapping calls. The lionesses lead the cubs deeper into the thicket. The older females glance toward the sound. They remember this rhythm. A test is coming. The males move swiftly. They charge across dry grass. Their paws kick dust. Their eyes blaze. But when they arrive, the challengers are gone. Only fresh scent remains. This is a different kind of war, fought not only with teeth, but with time. The days that follow are restless. The pride eats less. The lionesses grow lean. The cubs' cries grow louder. Their hiding places feel smaller. The new males grow irritable. They chase vultures, hyenas, even jackals. Their frustration has no outlet. Then one evening a roar sounds from within their own border. Not the edge, the heart. The males respond instantly. They run through the tall grass, snarling. Their tails lash. They find nothing, only broken brush. Only disturbed earth. Only scent, older, heavier, from lions that know how to disappear. A lioness returns to the cubs. Her steps are fast, her breath uneven. She moves them again, further from the core. It is not fear, it is instinct. The next morning, the pride finds a dead zebra, killed cleanly, not eaten, left as a message. The males rip it apart, covering it with their scent. Their roars echo all day, but no enemy appears. Silence follows. For 3 days, no new scent, no new tracks. The pride begins to breathe again, but tension coils beneath every movement. The lionesses hunt again. This time, a giraffe. Calf is brought down, it feeds the pride for 2 days. The males lie beside the kill, possessive, but while they feed, the wind changes. A single roar tears across the plains. Deep, old, full of rage. The males rise, their mouths bloodied. They roar in return, their chests heave, their muscles tense. But as they roar, 3 lions appear from the tree line. Not young, not many, but hardened. They walk slowly, without fear, without pause. The lionesses retreat behind the brush. The cubs remain hidden. No posturing, no warning. The battle begins without ceremony. Teeth clash, dust erupts, flesh tears, claws rake across flanks. The new males fight with fire, but the invaders fight with fury. The air fills with snarls and blood. One challenger falters, but another drives forward. One of the young kings is thrown to the ground. He rises, limping. The other 2 surround him. Then a turning. A moment. A flash of decision. The young coalition retreats. The older lions do not follow. They do not roar in triumph. They only stand. The message is clear. We are still here. The defeated males limp back to the pride. The lionesses say nothing. They only watch. One male collapses beneath the acacia. His ribs heave. His shoulder bleeds. The others lie beside him silent. The pride does not scatter, but it does not rest. Night falls. Stars burn over the plains. The lionesses huddle the cubs close. The males do not patrol. Tomorrow, it may begin again. This is life on the edge of power, where kings rise on bones, where thrones shift like sand, where no victory is final. Only presence, only strength, only the will to remain. The sun rises over a landscape still wounded from the battle. The plains are silent. The earth, cracked and dry, holds the weight of the struggle. The lionesses stir, stretching, but their eyes are cautious. The land is still shifting beneath them. The males do not rise immediately. Their bodies ache, their wounds are deep, but their pride and their empire is not finished. It has only changed. The lionesses do not speak, but they feel it too. They move together now, closer. Their paws beat in unison on the earth as they prepare to hunt. Every glance between them carries weight. It is not fear, but it is not comfort either. The cubs play near the brush, but their play is quieter now. They move with more care. Even in their youth, they understand the subtle shifts in the world around them. The males rise slowly. One moves to the edge of the pride's territory. His movements are heavy, but his eyes are sharp. He marks the boundary with a deep scratch on a nearby tree. His scent fills the air, a reminder to the world of who claims this place. In the distance, an antelope herd moves through the tall grass. The lionesses watch. The hunt will begin again soon. But this time something is different. They no longer hunt as a single unit. There is a hesitation. A young male joins the lionesses. He is not yet fully grown, but his strength is emerging. He moves beside them as they crouch low in the grass. His steps are less sure than the older males, but his instincts are strong. He watches the herd intently, his body low to the ground. The lionesses remain still, patient. They wait for the perfect moment. The wind is calm. The sun hangs low in the sky. The world holds its breath. At last, the charge comes. The lionesses spring into action, but the young male falters for a moment. His movements are just a fraction, too slow. He struggles to find his place in the chase. The antelope scatter, but the lionesses are quick. One lunges forward, claws extended. The young male follows her, more cautiously this time. He watches closely as the lioness brings down a young antelope, but he does not join the kill immediately. Instead, he watches the other males, the seasoned kings. His uncertainty is clear, but it is also part of his growth. The older males approach the kill with authority. They take what is theirs without hesitation. The lionesses step back. They do not argue. They do not protest. They simply wait. It is a ritual now, a dance of power, one that has been played out for generations. Later, the pride gathers beneath the sparse shade of an acacia tree. The cubs feed, their small bodies pressing against their mothers. The air is thick with the heat of the day, but the tension remains. The young male remains on the outskirts of the pride, his eyes darting between the cubs and the older males. His place is not yet certain. He is still learning. He is still proving his worth. Suddenly, a loud roar rings out from the far side of the territory. A male, an outsider, is challenging again. His voice is deep, full of authority. It vibrates through the ground, reaching even the furthest corners of the plains. The young male's ears twitch. His body stiffens. This is not just a roar. This is a threat. The pride goes still. The lionesses watch the older males. They do not move. They do not speak. The battle is now inevitable. The young male looks to the older kings. Their faces are set. There is no fear in their eyes. There is only determination. Without a word, the males rise. Their muscles ripple under the sun. They are not the same lions they were just days ago. Their wounds are healing, but their strength is not gone. It has only been tempered. They begin to move slowly, methodically. Each step is heavy with intention. They are not rushing. They are not desperate. They are preparing. The young male follows behind them. He is silent, his eyes locked on the movements of the older males. His place is with them now. He will learn from their actions. He will learn what it means to rule. As the pride nears the border, the air thickens. The scent of the challenger grows stronger. He is close. The older males pause, their bodies tense. They sniff the air, assessing the situation. The young male moves closer, his paws barely making a sound against the ground. The challenger is no longer hidden. He emerges from the tall grass. He is larger than the young male, but not as large as the older lions. His eyes are cold. His posture is aggressive. He roars again. This time, it is not a warning. It is a demand. The young male's heart races. He feels the power of the roar echo through his chest. He looks to the older males for direction, but they do not need to speak. They move as one. The fight is brutal and swift. Claws meet flesh. Teeth snap against bone. The challenger fights with fury, but the pride fights with unity. They are not just defending their land. They are defending their future. The young male finds his place. He leaps forward, catching the challenger off guard. For a moment he feels the rush of victory, but it is short-lived. A heavy blow lands on his side, sending him sprawling into the dust. The fight continues. The older males press forward, their roars blending with the sound of struggle. The challenger falters, his strength waning, his movements slow. Finally, with a decisive roar, the new kings make their mark. The challenger retreats. The pride watches, silent, as the defeated male vanishes into the grass. The young male rises slowly. His body is bruised, but his spirit is stronger than before. He has fought. He has proven himself. The older males glance at him, their expressions unreadable. But in the depths of their eyes there is something. A shift. A recognition. The pride gathers once more. The young male moves to the center, among the lionesses and cubs. His place is now clear. The wind moves softly through the trees. The sun begins to set, casting long shadows across the land. The pride lies together side by side. The battle is over for now, but the war is never truly finished. There are always challengers, always power to be claimed. For the pride, the cycle continues. The young male is no longer just a challenger, he is becoming something more. He is becoming a king. The heat of the day begins to wane, and with it the tension that has hung heavy over the pride. The air cools, but the land remains dry, as if unwilling to let go of the weight it has carried. The young male stands at the edge of the pride, watching the last remnants of the fight disappear into the distance. The sun has set, but the sky still burns with color. Gold and purple clash, as if the world itself is struggling to find balance. In the distance, the land seems to stretch endlessly, full of possibility and danger. The pride rests now, each member scattered beneath the shade of the sparse trees. The cubs play lightly, their movements fast and joyful. Their world is one of innocence. They do not yet understand the battles that have shaped the world around them, the struggles that have tested their pride, but soon they will. The young male moves closer to the lionesses. He lies down beside them, his body close but not quite touching. He does not seek their approval, but in this moment, he knows his place is now certain. His body still bears the marks of battle, but his eyes are focused ahead. The pride has been through much. It has lost, it has won, and it has fought for survival. But it is still standing. The lionesses do not speak of the battle. They do not speak of what has been lost or gained. They only look at the horizon, their eyes distant as if contemplating something greater. Their movements are fluid, effortless, but beneath that calm exterior there is always the knowledge of what lies ahead. As the stars begin to fill the sky, the first of the nocturnal creatures begin to stir. The wind shifts. It is cooler now, but still dry. The ground beneath the pride's paws crackles softly. In the distance, a lone giraffe grazes, its neck stretching high into the trees. The lionesses stir, but they do not move immediately. They wait. They are patient. The young male rises. His movements are still cautious but more certain now. He follows the older males as they begin to move, silent as shadows. The pride moves as one, a single unit. They do not speak, but they do not need to. The hunt begins. The lionesses fan out, taking their places. The young male watches closely. His body tenses with anticipation, but there is no rush. He is learning the rhythm of the hunt, the stillness before the charge, the quiet grace that comes with stalking prey. The giraffe remains unaware. It is a young one, small compared to the others. Its legs move gracefully, but it does not see the danger creeping closer. The lionesses move together, their eyes locked on the young giraffe. They are close now, but they are not yet in striking distance. The young male's heart races, but he stays focused, waiting for the signal. The pride moves in perfect synchronization, their bodies low against the earth. The moment comes, and the lionesses spring forward in a flash of muscle and power. The giraffe starts to run, but it is too slow. One lioness reaches it first, her claws digging into its side. The young male joins the chase, his legs burning as he closes the gap. The giraffe stumbles, its body awkward as it tries to regain its footing. But the lionesses are already there, and the young male follows, quick and efficient. Together they bring the giraffe down. It is a quick kill. The pride moves in, their hunger satisfied for the moment. The young male watches, his eyes flicking, from the older males to the lionesses. This is the way of the pride. This is the way of survival. As they feed, the cubs approach cautiously, their small bodies darting in and out of the shadows. The lionesses watch them, their eyes soft but watchful. They are the future of the pride, and they are learning the ways of the hunt. The young male lingers at the edge of the feast. He does not join immediately. Instead, he watches the lionesses, his body tense. He is still not fully accepted, but he is a part of this now. One of the older males steps forward, his eyes meeting the young male's. There is no challenge in his gaze, only an understanding. The young male nods slightly, acknowledging his place. The wind picks up again, bringing with it the scent of something unfamiliar. The pride stops feeding. They listen. They move quickly, their bodies tense, their senses alert. A distant roar echoes across the plains. It is not one of their own. The pride knows this sound all too well. Another challenge, another threat. The young male's heart beats faster. This is the moment. This is where he proves himself. He watches the older males who are already moving toward the edge of the pride's territory. The lionesses fall into line, silent but determined. The wind carries the scent of the rivals. They are close. The pride moves quickly, their muscles rippling beneath the rough surface of the land. The land beneath them shakes with the weight of their steps. The young male follows closely, his eyes fixed on the older males. They are ready. They are always ready. The rival coalition emerges from the shadows, their eyes hard and cold. They are older, more experienced. The young male feels the weight of their gaze, but he does not falter. He stands tall, his body steady. The battle begins without hesitation. Teeth clash, claws rake through fur, and the earth beneath their feet shudders with every strike. The roar of the fight fills the air, a symphony of fury and dominance. The young male fights with everything he has. His body is strong, his movements fast. But he is not as experienced as the older males. He is learning, adapting, his mind focused on the task at hand. But the pride fights as one. They are a family, bound together by blood and history. They do not fight for glory. They fight for survival. And in the end, it is not just power that wins the battle. It is unity. The rival coalition retreats. Their defeat is not a loss of strength, but of will. They do not linger. The pride watches them disappear into the night, their roars fading into the distance. The battle is over, but the war is far from finished. The young male stands among the pride, his chest heaving with exhaustion. He has fought. He has proven his strength. But there is still much to learn. As the pride settles back into the shadows, the young male looks up at the stars. He knows that tomorrow will bring new challenges, new battles. But for now, he is a part of something greater, something eternal, and in this moment that is enough. The pride rests once more beneath the vast expanse of the African sky. The moon rises slowly, casting a soft, silvery glow over the land. The lions lie in the shadows, their eyes half closed, but their senses never asleep. The air is cool now, the heat of the day replaced by the cool breath of the night. The young male lies with his head low, his body still. The scars from the previous battle are beginning to heal, but the lessons they carry are far from forgotten. His eyes are focused on the horizon, a dark silhouette against the sky. There is still so much to learn. The lionesses are alert, but they remain close, their bodies pressed against one another for warmth. The cubs sleep soundly, their breathing slow and rhythmic. In this quiet moment, the pride seems at peace. But peace is fleeting in the wild. A distant noise disrupts the stillness. The sound of hooves. The pride stirs, their muscles tensing, ready for action. But the sound fades quickly, swallowed by the vastness of the plains. It was nothing. The moment passes. But the young male knows that things are changing. The winds have shifted, and the world around them is in constant motion. He can feel the pull of something greater, the call to become more than what he is. Now, the time will come when he must step forward and take his place among the kings. For now, he remains at the edge of the pride, watching. He watches the older males, the lionesses, the cubs. He watches the way the pride moves, the way they work together as a unit. He watches how they protect their own, how they fight for their survival. The night deepens, and with it the world becomes even more alive. The sounds of the night creatures fill the air, the distant roar of a hyena, the rustling of the grass as a jackal hunts for its prey. The young male listens, his ears twitching at every sound. The world is full of danger, full of uncertainty, but it is also full of beauty, full of life. The pride moves again. They rise silently, their bodies shifting in the shadows. The cubs stir, waking briefly before falling back into sleep. The lionesses lead the way, their movements graceful and sure. The older males follow, their bodies heavy with the weight of experience. The young male follows closely behind, his body alert, his mind focused. They approach the river, the water flowing smoothly over the stones. The young male watches as the older males take their place, standing tall at the edge of the river. The lionesses move with ease, their paws barely making a sound as they drink. For a moment, everything is still. The pride is a single unit, moving as one. The world is quiet, as if holding its breath. But the stillness does not last long. From the far side of the river, the sound of another animal reaches their ears. The pride stops. their bodies tense. The young male's heart races. He feels the power of the moment, the weight of the decision that will come. A lone buffalo stands on the opposite bank, its eyes locked on the pride. It is large, strong, and unwieldy, but it is alone. It is a challenge. The lionesses exchange looks, their eyes narrowing as they assess the situation. They do not hesitate. They move as one, their bodies low to the ground, their eyes fixed on the buffalo. The young male follows them, his body tense but steady. They close the distance, slowly, methodically. The buffalo does not move. It is waiting. The pride moves forward, step by step, their paws silent on the earth. The wind shifts. The buffalo's head turns, its nostrils flaring as it catches the scent of the lions. It snorts, stamping its hooves on the ground. The young male feels the pressure build. This is no ordinary hunt. This is not a simple chase. The lionesses move faster now, their muscles coiling like springs. The young male watches them, his heart pounding. His body reacts instinctively, his legs moving beneath him. He is ready. The lionesses close the distance, quickly, leaping toward the buffalo with incredible speed. The buffalo charges, its massive frame crashing toward the pride. The young male joins in, his claws extended, his body moving with the rhythm of the hunt. The buffalo turns to face them, its horns lowered, ready for the fight. The battle is fierce. The lionesses dart in and out, their claws finding purchase on the buffalo's thick hide. The buffalo swings its head, trying to shake them off. The young male leaps toward its side, his teeth sinking into the muscle of its shoulder. The buffalo roars in pain, its eyes wild with fear. The struggle is not over quickly. The buffalo fights with everything it has, but the pride is relentless. The older males move in, their roars shaking the air. Together they bring the buffalo down, their strength overwhelming it. It is a victory, but it is also a reminder of the harshness of the wild. The pride stands over the fallen buffalo, their bodies still, their eyes searching for any further threats. There is no celebration. There is only survival. The pride gathers around the kill, the lionesses moving forward cautiously. The young male watches as they feed, their bodies hunched over the carcass. He does not approach immediately. He waits. The older males allow him to join. His place is now certain. He steps forward, his body strong, his movements controlled. The pride has accepted him. He has earned his place. As the last light of the day fades from the sky, the pride settles once more. The young male lies down beside the others, his eyes focused on the horizon. The world is vast, full of dangers and challenges, but it is also full of opportunities. The first light of dawn spills across the savannah, painting the world in shades of gold and amber. The land is waking, stretching beneath the warmth of the sun. The pride stirs, their bodies heavy with sleep, but their senses already attuned to the rhythm of the day. The young male rises slowly, his muscles stiff from the night's rest. His body is scarred, marked by the battles that have shaped him. But he stands tall, the weight of the pride's legacy resting on his shoulders. He knows the path ahead will be long. The kingdom is never truly at peace, but today, for this moment, it is. The lionesses are already moving, their eyes sharp, their bodies alert. They have become masters of patience, of waiting for the right moment to strike. The young male watches them, his gaze steady. He does not need to be told what to do. He knows his place. The cubs are awake now, their small bodies bounding with energy. They play around the pride, their joy infectious. Their world is simple, their needs few, But the young male knows their innocence will not last. They will face the same struggles, the same challenges. They will have to prove themselves just as he has. The older males rise, their movements slow but deliberate. They have seen much, fought many battles, and stood as kings of this land. Their eyes, however, are clouded with the weight of time. They have lived their lives in service of the pride, but they know their reign is coming to an end. The pride moves as one. It is a fluid, silent motion, each member knowing their role. The young male falls into step with the older males, his body moving in harmony with theirs. His presence is no longer a question. He is one of them. They approach the river, the water flowing steady and clear. The air is still and the world feels suspended in time. The pride moves to drink, their bodies lowering to the ground with practiced grace. The young male watches the older males, learning their quiet wisdom. There is no rush, no urgency. This moment, this stillness is a part of the kingdom's cycle. As they drink, a distant rumble of thunder reaches their ears. The sky darkens and the first drops of rain fall, scattered at first, then faster, heavier. The pride stops, their heads turning toward the storm. The young male watches the sky, feeling the shift in the air. The rain will change the land, bringing new life, new dangers. The pride must be ready. The rain falls in sheets now, soaking the earth, turning the savannah into a mirror of water and mud. The ground shifts beneath their paws, but the pride moves forward, undeterred. They are the kings of this land, and no storm can take that from them. The storm rages on, but the pride remains steadfast. They move through the flood, the water rising around their legs. The young male's coat is heavy with the rain, but he does not falter. His eyes are fixed on the path ahead, on the kingdom that is his to protect. As the storm begins to subside, the world is changed. The land is lush now, the dry earth replaced with vibrant green. The air smells of earth and water, of life renewed. The pride stops, their bodies damp but strong. The cubs begin to explore, their curiosity driving them forward into the new world that has emerged. The young male looks up at the sky, watching as the clouds part, revealing the sun once more. The storm is past, but the kingdom remains. It is a land of cycles, of endless change, but also of unwavering strength. He watches as the lionesses begin to move, their bodies sleek and powerful. They are hunting now, their eyes scanning the land for any sign of prey. The young male moves with them, his movements becoming more fluid, more assured. He has learned much in his time with the pride, but he knows there is still more to understand. The hunt begins. The lionesses fan out, their bodies low to the ground, their eyes locked on the distant herd of wildebeest. The young male follows, closely behind, his heart racing. This is what he was born to do. This is his purpose. The wildebeest graze, unaware of the danger lurking in the shadows. The pride moves forward, silent, their bodies gliding over the earth. The young male feels the tension building in his body. The time to strike is close. The lionesses break from the shadows, moving with incredible speed. The wildebeest scatter in all directions, but the pride is already there, closing the distance. The young male leaps, his body flying through the air, his claws outstretched. The chase is swift, but it is not easy. The wildebeest is strong, its legs powerful, its movements unpredictable. But the pride is relentless. The young male moves with them, his body fast and sure. Together, they bring the wildebeest down. The young male feels the rush of victory, but he knows it is not the end. This is only one battle, one hunt. The kingdom will always need more. The hunt will never stop. As the pride feeds, the young male stands at the edge watching the horizon. He knows the challenges will continue. Rivals will come, storms will rise, and the land will change. But he is ready now. He has earned his place. The sun sets on the savannah, painting the world in rich hues of orange and red. The pride is together, united in their strength, their survival. The young male lies down among them, his body tired but content. He knows that the kingdom will continue, that the battle will never end. But for now, the night is theirs. And in this moment, as the stars begin to shine overhead, the young male is no longer just a member of the pride. He is a king in his own right. The legacy of his ancestors flows through him, and the future of the pride rests in his paws. The kingdom endures.